Alrighty. It is streaking time. So, two things I did. I did to the car. Remember this car? I'm not going to work on the car today. I have pre-shaded, and I think I want to do a little more pre-shading here, right, and here, just because the effect I'm trying to get. I've coated the car with a gloss acrylic clear. Okay, it has to be either a lacquer based clear or an acrylic clear because the product that we will be using is an enamel product. Okay, uh, we talked about what we will need brush wise. We'll need a flat brush, right? A good flat brush. And width, it depends on how big of an area you're going to do. And dagger brushes, good dagger brushes. And chiseled, like, the more chiseled you can get that, the better it will be. What you don't kind of want is, see how this is splayed out? It's kind of like, and that's just the nature of this brush. I'll tell you how you can fix it, and you can see we fixed it there, is with brush conditioner cleaner. So what I do is just dip my brush in some mineral spirits, put it in here, and get that to be a chiseled edge, right? I just work it, and you can get a chiseled edge with it, and that's what you need. All right. So let's shake our product up. Let's put this to aside. This, what we have in here, is clear mineral spirits, and you need clear mineral spirits to do this. Okay. This is going to look ugly like it does here before it looks nice. Get some product on your brush, right? And we have uh, clear lacquer, high gloss. It's got to be gloss. It can't be. It can't be a flat or a satin. It's got to be gloss. And that's basically, this is the side of our car, and that's what you're doing. Put your cap on it. Clean your brush off. We can wait and clean our brush really good later. Put your cap on because you're done with this for now. You don't want to spill it because you know what that's like when you spill things. So basically, to get the effects that we want, dip into our cleaner, uh, dip off some of the mineral spirits, get it mostly clean, and then what you're doing is you're plowing. Okay, let me zoom you in. Right, you're plowing. So you're taking your brush, starting at the top, and pulling down. Right. I don't particularly like this brush, but I like this brush better. Right. It's just got a nicer tip to it. I get more control over it because I can kind of like lay it flat, right? I can kind of lay it flat like that, right? And pull down, right? Plowing it over and picking it up, right? So I pull down, plowing it over, picking it up, right? See how you get those long lines? And I'm not left-handed, but I'm going to move to the left side and kind of do the same, right? And that's basically what you're doing. And depending on how much of this look, how you have defined lines, but then you have fades in between. It's going to be pressure, right? I can't explain all this to you. It's This is the basic, right? This is the basic, right? Let me get some more. Clean it off, and you always want to, clean it, get most of it off, and you always want to squeeze and flatten out your edge so that you get that chisel point, right? It is like really hard to see. That is a chiseled point, and that chiseled point is what lets you do this, right? And then real steady hand. You see how we're moving it down, and we're getting that one line, right, to the left, right, and then pull. You're pulling down, pulling up, pulling down, pulling up, pulling down, pulling up, right? And you can see how it just follows out. And then, if you want to move all this that way or another way, you can come to, split it. This is a method, a technique that you have to keep playing with it. You got to keep, this I did hours ago, and one of the benefits of enamel is it takes a long time to dry. Exactly how long, I don't know. I would let it dry. If I'm finished, I would let it dry for a couple days, but probably tomorrow I could come back and still do this. I don't know. I've never tried it, but this is, to the touch. It is. It's dry to the touch. I mean, you know, can I smear it? Yeah, probably if I press hard enough, right? Right. But pretty much it's dry to the touch. But I can come back and do what I want with it at any time. Even if it dries, I can still come back to it and do what I want just because. So you see, it's just something you got to keep messing with. You got to keep playing with it. You're, you're going to get, every time that you do this, you're going to learn something from it, okay? Every time. And I've only done this a couple times. And when I first started doing this, I was kind of, right or wrong, if you want this look, what I was doing before wasn't that look, right? So John 26:18, during one of my live streams, I was doing this, and John 26:18 was trying to explain to me in chat what to do, but it worked better with him coming on the show and telling me what to do, and because I couldn't wrap my head around what he was telling me to do, but because it just didn't make sense, it doesn't, doing this, dipping into the mineral spirits, just is like, it just wasn't making sense, and like I wasn't, you know, positioning my brush right, and there's a lot of things that I wasn't doing right that you can't explain how to do it from a text. You got to be telling somebody, hey, lay the brush down a little bit more, get some more thinner on your product, dip some more thinner off your product, So it's something you got to do, hands on. You can't. I could talk about this all day to you, And unless you do it, you can't appreciate it. You can't wrap your head around this process. It's really hard to. It's something that you got to do. And you can kind of see, I mean, you still have some on your product, on your brush. And again, you need to lay down a gloss, and it has to be something that won't be affected by mineral spirits. And that's lacquer acrylic, lacquer clear or an acrylic clear. Um, and it's got to be a gloss. It can't be a satin. It can't be a matte, because the gloss is smooth. It's a smoother product. Uh, Mattes and satins are more gritty, so uh, you wouldn't be able to move this around as easily. Whether or not you could, I don't know. I never tried it, but uh, it would be harder. So try it out and test before you start going to your model. Right, just get a piece of styrene, put some clear on it, let it dry for a couple days. Uh, Gloss clear, remember, and then get yourself some product. I will try to put links to this stuff for Amazon brushes, and I forget where I got this brush. I think I might have got it at Hobby Lobby. I think that's where I got this brush. Buy good brushes. Don't buy cheap brushes. You can't. I don't want to say you can't do this with, you know, something like this. I mean, it's easier to do the Dagger brush than a regular brush. Uh, so I'll put links to this stuff, and you can decide if you want to get it from there or if you want to try to find it locally. Again, I don't really like this brush just because I don't think uh, it's as controllable as this big brush, right? To me, this big brush is way more controllable than this little brush. Probably in the fact that this surface area here is a lot wider, as well as this surface area here. So you can kind of lay it down or kind of stand it at a somewhat of an angle and get that edge right where you want it, right? Right where you want it. And you see, like, I'm still able to clean this up just from, I haven't dipped back into my thinner. I'm just, whatever the thinner is that's left in the brush is enough to move this around. It's not until you stop getting the results that you want that you dip back into your thinner, right? Now this is, somewhat dry. I mean, and I can still come into it and get it to do things, right? That is the beauty of oils and enamels, that you can continue to work them and work them hours later. And at a point, it will be dry, but you can still come back probably and work it, right? Because the enamel thinner, the mineral spirits, is reactivating it. So now what I would do now is let this dry for days, and then, because remember we've gloss coated this, you don't want glossy stuff, you dull coat the whole thing, and dull coat it not in an enamel. You have to dull coat it in the product that you started with in the beginning, an acrylic, a lacquer. That's what it's got to be. So those two products don't affect each other. So Mineral spirits doesn't affect enamel. Doesn't affect, I'm sorry, not enamel. Doesn't affect acrylic, and acrylic cleaner, water thing, acrylic thinner, paper, wouldn't affect enamel paint. All right? So think of it like that. Let me know how you do with this, and we'll get back on that car and do this. And, keep messing around. Uh, keep practicing on something before you go to your car. Right? It's fun. I think you'll like it. Thanks, be well, and see you in the next video. See you when we get on this car over there and start doing what I want to do to that. Take care. Thanks for watching. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next one.